yes, the Google event was today, which is the 29th of October, by the way. And they've confirmed some new stuff, all Nexus stuff, no new Chromebook like I talked about last time. No new Chrome, I forget what they call the desktop Chromes. Nothing like that, just all mobile, which is great. So first off, I noticed in their trailer, which is called Nexus Ask Me Anything, they have a Siri-like thing, which you just ask Google, which I think is a lot easier to remember than Siri, although Siri is a cultural icon now. But let's get into the tech stuff. So the new Nexus 10 debuted. It's going to start at $400 for the 16 gigabyte and $500 for the 32 gigabyte. No word yet on whether it has an SD card slot or not for expandable storage. It'll run Android 4.2, which is called, I believe, Jelly Bean. Yes, Jelly Bean. It's $100 cheaper than the 3rd/4th gen iPad. For I believe the iPads start at $500 now, which is $499. So $100 cheaper is pretty good, especially since the screen is 10 inches, which 0.3 inches bigger than the iPad. Not really going to notice it, but it's got 2,560 by 1,600, which is 300 pixels per inch. That's the only real statistic that matters. Resolution plays a part in pixels per inch, but pixels per inch is what really dominates how good the display looks in terms of pixels, and then there's color and viewing angles and all that crap I don't really get into. That works out to around over 4 million pixels. By comparison, the iPad's Retina display, which is on the 4th and 3rd gen, is 2048 by 1536, which is 264 pixels per inch. As far as specs go, it has a dual-core A15 processor, a Mali T604 GPU, 2 gigs of RAM, which is awesome. I love how that's becoming the standard now. A 5-megapixel rear-facing camera, same as the iPad, and a 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera. I think the iPad 3's is 2 megapixels, I'm not sure. Micro USB port for charging, and a micro HDMI port, which that's going to be really nice, because, I mean, what else are you going to need? It's micro HDMI. You can find an adapter pretty much anywhere. I'm loving this is becoming the standard with, I believe when I played around with the Surface 3 months ago, don't ask me how, that had micro HDMI, and where I was demoing it, they hooked it up to a TV, which was awesome. It's going to have Android 4.2. So, yeah. It looks to be awesome. The new features of that basically is performance and security and stability, obviously. But now you have multiple users, kind of like Windows 7, that you can switch between on the lock screen. So like you have different. This is probably because of the more RAM that can keep this up. But you can have your tabs open on your user, and someone else can have their tabs open on their user. So that's going to be great. There's also a new Nexus smartphone called Nexus 4, which is built by LG. It has a 4.7-inch 1280 by 768 display, which is 320 pixels per inch, which is awesome. That's a very high resolution. It has a quad-core Snapdragon S4. I love how the phone is more powerful than the tablet, like processor-wise. 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs or 16 of internal storage. I'm not really a fan of them still skimping out on 8 gigs. Make it 16. That's fine. 8 is too little unless you're like bare bones. It has a slim port HDMI, which I think that's a new form factor, I'm not sure. A micro USB for charging. It has new wireless charging. I have no idea how that works. 8 megapixel front-facing camera, and a 1.3 rear-facing camera for video chat, and of course Android 4.2. It will be available in November, and it retails for $299 US for the 8 gig and $349 for the 16 gigabyte. I mean, it's pretty high costs when you can go and pick up a Samsung Galaxy Nexus, which is still great for most people for like $50 with contract, which I'm assuming this is with, because if that's without contract, that's awesome. But and then they confirmed a new 32 gig Nexus 7 model, which replaces the 16 gig version. That's the 32 gig is going to start with the 16 used to at $249, and in a kind of sort of yay for everyone who's joining on late, but boo for early adopters, the 16 gig is replacing the 8 gig, and that's going to be $199. So no more 8 gig. It still starts at $199. You just have 8 gigs more of storage. Yay, that's awesome. They also announced the 32 gig mobile version for $300, which comes with HSPA Plus in it. I have no idea what that is. I think it's something to relate to 3G/4G, but that's going to be available on November 13th. Also, the replacement, the new 32 gig without the whatever, and the 16 gig becoming the new standard is effective immediately. So that's going to be it for this episode. Sorry it went on a little bit long. Thanks for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and see you guys later.